Alright guys, Dokkan time again. So today we're going to be doing a how to build for this, at the time of recording, JP only free-to-play LR. LR Pirates, LR Goku, Krillin, Bulma, Youth, whatever you want to call them. They're called Pirates because their animation changes into Pirates for whatever reason. It's Dragon Ball. It's part of a manga, etc., etc. But anyways, I have two build suggestions on the side. I could have made a third. This is a free-to-play unit that it can be used in a variety of different ways, I feel, but is still stuck to primarily a Dragon Ball Saga team. I don't think that you should take this unit and just throw it onto some random Warriors Raised on Earth team. I don't think you should throw it onto any other team other than a pure Dragon Ball Saga team. But with that in mind, this unit can be a slot 1 unit, it can be a solid floater, it can do a lot of things. It just depends on how you want to use it, and if you want to trust RNG, which is what comes down to the build choices. One build choice is a full dodge build with some additional. That is primarily going off of the basis that you're going to try and take this unit in challenging content. You want the unit to dodge, and then you want it to additional to build up more defense. And then there is another choice on how to build a unit, and that is for a free-to-play aspect. And in that aspect, it would be a full crit build, and then putting the rest into additional. And that would just be literal free-to-play content, whatever is boosting the category effectiveness, just so you can just beat the tar out of whatever it is. I will say that this unit can do good in probably kind of global-esque content. It is still hitting very hard. This unit can hit like 15 million super. It can hit very hard, which is why the crit comes to mind, because it can still hit very hard. It supports. It does a lot of things. So, with that all in mind, if that's all you wanted to hear, I can move on, and we'll just go over the kit. We'll go on for its team options, etc., etc. So, one last thing as the third option. You could go for like a level 14 crit and like a level 12 dodge, or vice versa. You can try and mellow out the crit and dodge as an alternative version of trying to take it into challenging content, but also making sure it hits hard. So that is also another option you could do. But these were my two choices as to build the unit, and I might even just grind up 2 different copies and test them out later on. But anyways, just wasted like 3 minutes talking and yammering about how good or etc. the unit is. This unit only has one 200% leader. That 200% leader is the passive power Kid Goku. This is his only 200% option. Any other options are only 170 or lower. I would only suggest ever taking this unit on to this leader. This is the only one as of time of writing, as time of recording. This is the only leader I would ever suggest running this unit on. He is a Dragon Ball Saga key plus 380. He greatly raises attack and defense on 12 key, greatly raises attack and defense on 12 key or 18 key, and then he also raises the entire rotation's attack by 30%. This will come into play in a minute, guys. Hold on. They have an intro animation as long as the entire rotation is either Dragon Ball Saga or Earth-Raised Warriors. And that gives them an attack and defense buff of 82%, which is a very large number of defense for 4 turns. The problem I have with this is that this means you ideally want this unit to pop up on slot 7, quote-unquote, which would mean its first appearance is on turn 3. What this means is that the intro would last from turn 3 all the way to turn 7, which means you would be able to actually have the largest amount of defense on turn 3 and turn 5, and then turn 7 would come along, and I think it would still have the buff up. Yes, I think the buff would still be... Would it still be up? No, it would not. It would not be up at that point. It would be gone at that point. But yeah, the point is you ideally want this unit to be in the last slot, basically. But anyways, they also get an additional attack and defense plus 77% when launching a super. another attack plus 30% for the turn when all allies are Dragon Ball Saga allies. And then defense plus 30% for the turn to all other warriors raised on Earth when launching an 18 key super. Oh, okay, so attack plus 30% to all other Dragon Ball Saga category allies is attack plus 30%. So this unit on 18 key super can attack and defense buff all of the Dragon Ball Saga / warriors raised on Earth allies by 30% attack and defense. But they have to super first. They also have, let's see here, an additional attack and defense plus 70% and critical chance plus 7% per Dragon Ball Saga ally on the team. So in total for that critical, you can get a total of 7, 14, 21, 28, and then 35% chance to crit. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then an additional attack and defense plus 77%, and launch an additional attack with a 30% chance to become a super and 30% chance to evade. So he's got built-in dodge, built-in additional, built-in crit at around 30% on all of those. So that's something to keep in mind that this unit has. Defense-wise, they are actually sitting pretty good. I don't have the calculations for damage, but I have seen gameplay of them on a Dragon Ball Saga team, total buffed up, and I mean they can hit pretty high in 15 million attack stat range. It starts going down obviously once the intro wears off, but they can hit pretty hard. Sorry about that. That was me testing hidden potential orbs. So right here we have the defense calculations from Halvard here. As long as the unit is on both a Dragon Ball Saga and Earthbred like team, like as long as that is fully what it is that you're running, then if you manage to triple super, you can get up to 1.1 million defense, potentially 1.2 million defense if you have support on the rotation as well. So I mean, I'd say it's very likely you could hit that range of about 1.2 million. It's very good. It's very good. But you have to triple. And the thing is like, you can only get you only have a 30% chance in the passive. That's not a very high chance. In my experience, 30% doesn't proc very often. So it's very unlikely you'll ever get a triple. You'll probably get it every once in a while, maybe once in a blue moon, but I wouldn't bet on a triple super. I would say a double super is going to be average. So I would say as long as you have a healthy amount of additional. If you're only rocking this 9, you're probably not going to even additional that often. So just keep that in mind. So I would say on average, just assume you're only going to super once. If you get lucky, maybe twice. But never assume that you're going to triple. So I would say your defense will be somewhere between almost 700k to 900k defense, so long as you double super. And yeah. So pretty good defense numbers wise. I mean, pretty good. I like this free-to-play unit. I really, really want it to come to global as soon as possible. Give it a shot. I would say you could have pretty good numbers, pretty good time on older base content that's currently on global. You know, on global, we don't have 9th anniversary content. I wouldn't try bringing this into 9th anniversary. I would try bringing this into older content, but this unit can still get slapped around a little bit. Dragon Ball Saga is good still for like pre 9th anniversary content. So, I mean, you could still have some fun with this unit. But remember, it's a free-to-play LR. Your mileage will vary on how good or bad it can be. But anyways, guys, JP players, let me know how you're going to build this unit. Or if you're a global player, how do you plan to build this unit based on what you've seen here today? But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day and a good night.